Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are all well. So in today's video I'm doing pretty much a full face of Vieve makeup, which I'm so excited about. I love the way it all turned out. I love Vieve products so much. I think they're such high quality, and I got to try out a few new bits that I've not tried before in today's video as well. And the makeup look that I created I feel like is so good for like all occasions: wedding guests, bottomless brunch, date night. I feel like it's so versatile, so I can't wait to show you how I did it, and I hope you enjoy. Okay, so let's get straight into some makeup. I am so excited for today's look. I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I know what I'm doing skin wise, but eyes, I've no idea. We're just gonna see where it takes us. So on my skin already, I've prepped with Skin Nova. I love this. It's like a beautiful all-around primer. I feel like it suits a lot of skin types, and it's got a beautiful glow in it as well. So I popped a little bit of that on and let it settle into my skin. I've got a little bit of MAC Studio Fix on, just like a nice thin layer. This is my foundation of choice at the minute. I do love it, I won't lie. Like, I just love it so much. And then what else have I got on? Oh, on my brows I've got Brow Wiz by Anastasia Beverly Hills in medium brown. I'm actually going to start off just with a little bit of colour corrector just under my eyes here. They don't even look as bad on camera, to be fair, but I'm just using the Charlotte Tilbury. What even is this? I actually don't even want to show you this because this is disgusting. It's the Charlotte Tilbury corrector in the shade medium. I think it's called like Magic Under Eyes, I don't know. But anyway, this is my favourite thing to use in the world. So I'm going to show you. Just like right here, you can see where I've got like a little bit of dark circles going on, and then this just absolutely erases it. It's amazing. I wear the shade medium, and look at that. Also, let's just address the elephant in the room. This huge spot on my cheek, I don't know where it's come from. I think it's because I've been fake tanning my face a little bit recently, but honestly, I never ever get spots on my cheek, and this one has just like erupted out of nowhere. But I definitely think it's a fake tan. Even if I'm wearing no makeup, I'll chuck a little bit of this on, even though this is not to do with Vieve or anything like that. I know this tutorial is about Vieve, but honestly this is one of my all-time favourite products, and I don't know if I've spoken about it on my YouTube channel yet. I really don't want to show you because it's so gross, but you can really see how well loved this is. I think we should finish skin and then do eyes. So I picked up a Vieve concealer. This is the Modern Radiance concealer in medium 3. This one is a little bit more neutral. It's not the pinkiest one of the mediums, but it's not the most golden either. I really like something a little bit salmony, a little bit more neutral for my under eye. Like when I use my NARS Natural Radiant concealer. Is that what it's called? Natural Radiant? I don't know. I always buy the shade Honey. I just feel like it suits my under eye a little bit more, and because my dark circles are quite prominent, I just find that a little bit more of a pinky tone kind of counteracts it a little bit. I've got a little mirror in front of me here. My setup's a little bit different today. Do we like it? Do we not like it? I don't know how I feel about it right now, but you guys will have to let me know. So basically I binge watched Jamie all weekend. Like literally, I think I must have watched like 12 videos. Like I haven't watched her in ages, just haven't had time, you know how it gets. And honestly, it led me to a huge Vieve haul. That's why I'm doing this video today, because I've got loads of products, and I already have loads of Vieve products anyway. Last time I did a Vieve video, everybody loved it. By the way, can we just talk about how this concealer is literally the perfect match? I'm so good at matching myself online now. So I'm just taking a Peaches and Cream PC28, I think this is, and I'm just gonna buff that in. This is so far really beautiful. I do have quite hollow under eyes, but when I turn this way, you can kind of see how much coverage it actually does get. Obviously nothing can cover my hollows, but when you turn this way, you can really see the coverage. I think this is gorgeous. Reminds me of like a cross between NARS Radiant Creamy and Shape Tape. That's what it kind of reminds me of. I honestly think this is probably one of the best concealers that I've used in a really long time. Actually, let's see how this sets down and how it wears and stuff throughout the day, but we could have a new favourite concealer. This could be up there with Shape Tape for me so far. It looks really nice on my under eye here. Wow. I love makeup so much. So far, this is a 10 out of 10. Love it. I don't have a cream bronzer from Vieve, but I'm just going to go in with my usual favourite. This is Anastasia Beverly Hills cream bronzer in the shade Caramel. Also, I just need to point out with this cream bronzer, I've had this for like 2 years. I think I got it 2 summers ago, and I pretty much use it every single day, whether I'm wearing makeup, whether I'm not wearing makeup. Like, it goes in my full coverage glams, it goes in my less coverage glams, like no makeup. And look how much I've got left. You get 30 grams of product in this, 30 grams, and look how much I've got left. I've got absolutely loads. This also looks a bit grim. I am really sorry, guys. That's how you know you love something though, when it looks a bit grim. But yeah, I actually really love this product, and I feel like it's so easy to use as well. If you feel like you're kind of struggling with cream bronzers and things like that, if you feel like you just can't get the hang of it, this is a really easy formula. It blends into all my foundations really easily. Bronzers go over the top of it really nicely. It's just so easy to use, and sometimes I think with like liquid ones or things like that, they can just be so messy to move around. I'm using a Peach and Cream PC21, and you guys have seen me do this 1,000 times, but I always start on my cheekbone and come around the cheek. Can you see how just good that looks already? It just blends straight away. It's amazing. And then I take it round my hairline as well. Looks so good on the skin, like, just look how bronzy and nice that is. I like this one, and I'd say my second favourite formula to this is the Doll Beauty Give Me Sun Cream Bronzer. I really like that one as well. You get more product in this one than the Doll Beauty one, but honestly, they're both unreal. And I don't have a cream blush, but I do have a powder blush from Vieve. This is in the shade Cherub, and it's kind of like this plummy pink. So I picked out a cream blush that's going to kind of go with that. Now this is the e.l.f. Putty Blush in the shade Tahiti. You can see that they're a really similar colour. The e.l.f. Putty blushes are literally one of my favourite cream blush formulas, literally of all time. Not even affordable or nothing, like, they are so amazing, like so easy to go on the skin. They just go on the skin so nicely. They just blend over the top of other products. Like, how easy was that? It's literally unreal. I'm using a clean PC21 again. I have one for bronzer and one for blusher, but yeah, I have all the shades in the e.l.f. Putty Blush now. There's like a corally one, there's a pinky one, there's one that's like that really pinky pink, that's called Bora Bora, and then this kind of like plummy shade which is Tahiti. And honestly, just a dream. Look at my skin, I love it. I put a bit on my nose as well. So for powder, I have the Vieve Modern Powder Perfector in medium. So I'm kind of going to go ahead and set my face with this. I don't know how well it's going to go because you know me, I like my loose powders, but we've got to give it a fair test. So I'm just going to go in with my favourite powder brush, Real Techniques setting brush. I always use this for my powder, so I'm just going straight into the product. And then I'm going to start on my under eye, same as I normally would. Same as I would with a loose powder. Just keep dipping back into that product. Wow. Sorry. Are we all seeing this? Oh my God, that is absolutely unreal. It reminds me a lot of the Charlotte Tilbury one. You know, the Charlotte Tilbury airbrush powder. Because Jamie was obviously a makeup artist, I feel like when makeup artists bring out makeup, you know it's good. You know it's going to be absolutely amazing. Literally what I do with my powder is I literally just press. I don't like swipe or swirl. So yeah, I'm using the shade medium. Trying to avoid a lip balm. I did a glowy skin yesterday and I really liked it. But for me, I have such oily skin, like my skin is so oily that if I don't powder down like this and then add glow, I will just literally be an oil slick mess. So I'm gonna go in with blush before I go in with bronzer. Recently I've been doing my blush before bronzer, I don't know why, but I'm really enjoying it. So again, this is Vieve blush in the shade Cherub, so nice and pink. I think I'm going to do something quite neutral on the eyes, so we're going to go for pink. These are really high pigment, by the way. So literally that is it. Using the tiniest bit, and I'm using a Peaches and Cream PC03. And the blush actually looks like I've got loads on right now, but when I've got like the rest of my face on and my eyes are a bit more dramatic and stuff, it'll not look as intense. Vieve Modern Bronzer. This is in medium. You have medium 1, medium 2, or medium 1, medium 2. I'm gonna take a mix of both, mainly this one, but dip into this one as well. This is a PLOUISE 638 brush. I don't even think they make this anymore. I think I say that every time I film with this brush, but this is literally my favourite bronzer brush. Like, I can't stop using it. I'm just gonna go around super lightly and just kind of bronze up my face. Powder down this blush a little bit here so it's not as intense. So I've got the Vieve Skin Dew. I'm gonna do a little bit of glow, so I'm gonna pop a little bit of this on the back of my hand. You can see how stunning it is. This is fab on the chest, on the face. You can mix it with a moisturizer, you can mix it with a concealer and make like a glowy base, kind of like a Hollywood Flawless filter. Saw Jane do that when I was watching her over the weekend. And I actually got this new Vieve highlight brush, the 125. I saw her use this brush in one of the videos and I was like, I really need that brush. Like, I really like it. Taking a little bit of that Skin Dew and just kind of putting it across my brush. And I'm just going to pop this on the high points, just tapping it in. I don't want to like rub or anything like that because I don't want to disturb any powders underneath or anything. Oh, just look at that. Even just like a little bit, like, wow. I'm just going to take a little bit down the centre of my nose. And then I'm going to do a little bit up here as well because I feel like the light hits me like here. So I'm just going to go kind of like where the light hits me. Just like there. Okay, so skin is pretty much done. I'm going to go on to the eyes. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. Let's finish off the brows first. So I'm just going to tidy up my brows again with Brow Wiz, medium brown. I don't even think they need anything actually. No, I think they're fine. I'm going to do a little bit of Brow Freeze by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Favourite brow product of all time. Just through my brows, just to kind of accentuate the hairs. But I don't want to do any kind of like soap brows because it just doesn't suit me. I do like to make sure those hairs are in place. To prep my lids, I'm going to use NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer today in the shade Ginger. I'm just going to go ahead and prime my lids, just take them all over. This is a MAC 252S as well, so I mean, I've been using a MAC 252 for years, really. I don't take it all the way out to the edge because I know that it needs to blend somewhere, so I just like to take it all over the lid first. I've been really into makeup recently, guys. I feel like I've got my my mojo back. Then I'm using a PC10 just to blend that out. I like to tap over, and this removes any excess. It blends everything out, blends it into the skin. So for eyeshadow, I do have the Essential palette, which has all these gorgeous shades. In here we've got shimmers, we've got cream, we've got brown, we've got black, we've got warm tones, and I'm also going to be using the bronzer as well. I feel like I'm going to mainly focus it around the bronzer, do a little bit of shimmer and a wing. I feel like last time I did a Vieve tutorial I went really smoky, so I feel like this time I kind of want to keep it a little bit more toned down, you know. And I also have the Vieve eye ones as well. I have the shades Raven, which is the black, and I have Hazelnut, which is kind of like a nice medium brown. I'm going to go in with Hazelnut first, and I'm just going to kind of map out where I want to go with my eye look, kind of take it on the outside and in the crease, not being too neat or anything, but just so I've got kind of like a base down. And I feel like when you do this, even you can do this with like cream bronzer or anything like that, I feel like it makes your eyeshadow go on so beautifully. So I'm going to take a clean PC10 again, and I'm just going to buff this out. So super light buffing motions. I don't want to move this around too much. I just want to kind of keep it where it is, but just buff it out. So just tapping, buffing. I feel like it gives you a really good idea of where you're going with your shadows as well. I feel like this look is also a look that you can do if you've got like a wedding coming up and you're a guest, if you're going out for bottomless brunch, if you're going out with the girls, if you're going on a date night. It's pretty much like an all-arounder makeup look that I'm going to do. So you can just kind of get your makeup bag out at home, copy all these steps, and you are good to go. Start off with the bronzer palette. I actually really like using bronzers as eyeshadows because I feel like if you only had like a certain number of products in your makeup bag, it's good to know how to use them all in like a versatile way. Like, who says you just have to use bronzer on your face? Do you know what I mean? If you're not really much of an eyeshadow wearer and you don't really want to spend a lot of money on an eyeshadow palette, then I feel like bronzer is the way to go, and like highlights and things like that, because you can create a really nice eyeshadow look using products that you've already got. I'm going to dip into this shade first with my Morphe and Ariel A11 brush. So something super big, super fluffy, and I'm just going to basically start on the outside of my eye, just light circular motions and just kind of setting that eye wand in place. And I'm just going to pull it upwards and start buffing it into my crease. And I'm going to just pop a little bit on my underbrow here. I feel like it really slims the nose, it gives your eye a really good shape, so I always do a little bit underneath my brow there and then kind of buff outwards. And as I get to this edge and there's less product on my brush, I'm just going to pull it out into my skin just so everything's kind of merging together really nicely. Just like that. Same on this side, just starting on that outer corner and setting down the eye base first. I'm gonna go into my Essential palette. I'm gonna take a little bit of Delicious, I think, with a tiny blending brush. This is a Molly O'Brien brush, so I'm taking a little bit of that shade, not too much, just a tiny little bit, and I'm just gonna focus this right on the outer corner just to get some depth into the eye. So just super light pressure here. And I'm going to swap between my Morphe brush and the Molly O'Brien one. I'm going to take another Morphe and Ariel brush. This is A29, anything flat and fluffy. And I'm going to go in with the shade So Shy. And I'm going to press this all over my lid and right onto the inner corner as well. So just all over that lid space. And I'm going to try and build this up as much as I can, just so I've got like a really nice bright inner corner. And I always take this like above my crease. You can see my crease is here, but I take it all the way up here because I just feel like it opens up the eye so much more. You get a lot more like lid space. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of this shade Glimmer on my finger, and I'm just going to press a little bit all over the lid just for a little bit of sparkle. I actually need a brush because my nails are too long. I'm just going to take a little bit and press that pretty much all over where we just put that shade So Shy. Not too much, just a little bit of shimmer. I'm going to do a little wing, but I'm going to do a powder wing, and I'm going to show you how to get powder wings bang on. So you're going to need a really tiny angled brush. This one is from Morphe, but I think it's discontinued, so I think Made by Mitchell have pretty much the same one. I'm going to take a mix of Delicious and Goodnight, so the brown and the black, just so I can get kind of like an in-between shade. Now I don't start on the wing part, I start going inwards first, so I kind of build up the thickest part of the wing first, and I direct it inwards towards here. I hope that makes sense. So I like to just pull it across and connect right to the middle. This should be the thinnest part here, where it kind of just like blends with the lash line, and then you can see I'm kind of coming out and it's thicker here. So just keep stamping that product on, and I feel like eyeshadow wings are a lot easier than liquid ones as well, because you can kind of move them around a bit, you can smoke them out. I'm just going ahead and making the outer part a little bit thicker. See, it's kind of made a little bit of a point. I'm going to pull that point out and then connect it back in, and then I always just take my finger and just pull out the end. I just feel like it just makes the end really thin. So I just take my finger and just go like that, and that is how I do my powder wing. And then you can just kind of touch it up, you can add a little bit more shadow, you can make it longer, but I just feel like this is good for my eye shape. Okay, really quickly we're just going to finish off the eyes. I've got Tweezerman lash curlers. These are my favourite, best on the market, best ever. Roller Lash by Benefit, favourite at the minute. And I'm just going to coat all my lashes with this. Okay, the lashes that I'm going to use are the Dainty Doll ones from Doll Beauty. I'm going to cut a pair of these, pop them on, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I've just popped some little half lashes on just to kind of add to the winged effect. I'm going to do my lip. This is the Vieve lip liner in Velvet Sands. It's kind of small now because I've used it loads, but I do really love this product. Sorry guys, I can never talk when I'm doing lip liner, but this is Velvet Sands, and then the lipstick that I'm going to use is just in the shade Vieve. I actually wore this on my wedding day. It is my favourite shade from Vieve. It's absolutely gorgeous. The perfect nude. And then over the top I'm going to go in with the Vieve Lip Dew right over the top. And that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll link everything that I've used in the description box for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!